Hello everybody. We're back the next day. We're going to finish up this roll dough we started yesterday. Let it set overnight. It's risen and rested like it should have. So we're going to work it, and I'm going to show you how to make cloverleaf rolls, and then I will teach you how to make the folded rolls. So if you'll give me just a moment, I will get this camera set up to where you can watch me work the dough. This is my cutting board that I use. It sure does come in handy. It's about a 30 by 20 inch cutting board, and I like the wood. Okay, just so y'all know, this is the dough, and it looks like a lot of dough, and the reason it does is after I made that video yesterday, I made another batch and I combined them because I wanted enough dough to show y'all how to make both kinds of rolls. So when you do the batch that was on the video, it's not going to be this much dough. It's going to be about half of it. But anyway, to make cloverleaf rolls, we're going to take some of this dough out. And to make these cloverleaf rolls, when I was working at the bakery, we had a machine that divided all this dough out. But since I'm home now, I don't have a machine, so I'm going to do everything by hand. I just ordinary muffin tin, 12 count muffin tin that you get at the local store. What I like to do, even though these are non-stick pans, I like to go ahead and just put a little oil in there just to make sure they don't stick. Not a lot, just a thin coat. To make a cloverleaf roll, it takes 3 pieces of dough. Each piece of dough, you want it to be about 1 ounce. So a roll, after it's made, would be 3 ounces. So just take you some dough, cut it, and you're going to cut it into individual pieces. Like I said, about 1 ounce. And after you do it a while, you kind of know what size 1 ounce is. But I have a little scale over here. Always, every now and then, I'll spot check myself, make sure I'm not getting too far out of hand. So to make a dozen rolls, you need 36 pieces of dough. If you get a bunch of little pieces, just kind of work them together so they'll stick and make one piece. Take your 3 pieces, just put it in your muffin tin. 3 pieces, muffin tin. Go ahead and finish out this pan. said before, you take 3 pieces, you know, just 3 pieces. Put it in your muffin tin. You don't have to worry about being pretty or anything, because they're going to rise and make themselves look pretty. Okay, I got my dozen cloverleaf rolls already cut and in the pan. Once you get this done, what we used to do is we would take some vegetable oil and you just brush the tops of them with vegetable oil. And then you set it somewhere warm so it can start rising. There they are again, so y'all can see, you know. Okay, I'm gonna set these aside. What I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna make some folded rolls that they used to serve. And you just take an ordinary, you know, cookie sheet pan, whatever you want to call it. I think this is a 9x13. And what I do, I take vegetable oil, I just kind of mark the perimeter of my pan with a little bit of oil, maybe a little bit in the middle. And all that is for is I'm going to put this sheet pan liner on there. And all that oil does is keep my liner from sliding around. Once I get dough on it, you know, if you pick it up, it'll slide right off. So this kind of helps it stick to the pan so they don't fall off. See? It also helps keep your pans clean. You don't have to scrub them as hard. And this flour I'm using to sprinkle my board with, it's the same flour I made the rolls out of. It's the hard red winter wheat flour. I have some butter here I have in my container. I keep it in the freezer. I want to melt it. And the way I do it, I usually put it in the microwave, let it melt in the microwave. And I'll show you what that's for here in just a minute. While that's melted, I'm going to take some of this dough. Oh, probably about half of what I got here. That may be too much, but we'll see. Kind of mash it down. Put some flour on top of it. You want to keep plenty of flour underneath it so it don't stick. Once you kind of get it flattened out, I got me it's a big rolling pin. It's about as wide as that cutting board is. It's probably about 20 inches. But you want to roll it out to where you get it kind of thin, about a quarter of an inch, maybe a little less. And I hit that switch right there. That's my garbage disposal. Thin it out. Get that off the wall a little bit so I can get to that edge. check that butter real quick. Take your time doing this, and they'll turn out really, really nice. Okay, I got it rolled out there pretty good. That's a little less than 1/4 of an inch. That's probably 1/8 of an inch thick. The reason I did that is this: when I rolled this dough out, it's stretched right now. And if you were to cut this dough the way it is right now, once you cut you a circle, that circle will shrivel up and be too small. So what you want to do is, after you get done rolling it, you want to relax your dough, put some air underneath it, and it'll kind of shrink because it's not going to be as stretched as it was. That's the way I know how to explain it. Okay. That feels about right. So what you want to do at this point, we're going to put butter, melted butter, over the whole top of this thing. Got my melted butter here. Just going to take some butter. I'm just going to pour it on there. Some people use a brush, but I'm old school. Just kind of spread a thin layer of butter across the top of it. Make sure you get all edges and you don't want no dry spots, is what I'm trying to say. Now, if this stuff dries before you get it cut, that's okay, no big deal. Okay, I got butter over my entire piece of dough. I'm gonna change my glove out real quick. What I use to cut it with, I just got an ordinary tin can. I think that tin can is from a small can of evaporated milk I got one time. So that's about the diameter you want, is, you know, evaporated milk diameter. I poked some holes in the bottom of it. That way when I cut it, it won't, it doesn't create a suction. It kind of lets the air out and it releases the dough a little bit easier. But what you want to do, you're just going to cut you some circles like that. You may have to give it a little shake to, you know, get it to drop off. get them all cut, you're going to take them. Clear me a little spot out here. You're going to take them and you're going to fold it over to where the butter side is on the inside. You're just going to fold it over like a half a sandwich. Lay it flat on your board, and you kind of want to just take the tips of your fingers and mash down the edge to where it kind of seals itself. So when it's done, it looks something like that, like a little, I don't know, dumpling of some kind or fried pie of some kind, but you just want to crimp the edges so it seals itself shut. I'm gonna lay it on the pan, just, you know, just like so. But usually what I do, I'll go ahead and fold a lot of them. And you'll get fast at it after you do millions of these, but I'm not used to trying to explain what I'm doing, so it's kind of slowing me down. I'm having to think about it. But you know, if they get out of shape, you can just kind of, you know, work it yourself and make it back into a circle. You can tell I'm pretty rough as far as sliding them over and moving them around. You know, they don't have to be perfect. I always put my scraps over to the side. You know, people ask me all the time, can you rework your scraps? The answer is yes. I usually rework them one time. And then after one time, whatever's left, I throw away. The thing is, when you rework your scraps, they taste the same, but they don't look as pretty after they proof up and bake. They look kind of, I don't know. They just don't look the same. They don't look as shiny or as smooth textured, but they taste fine. But anyway. Almost got these done here. Okay, that's all my folded rolls. Once again, I'll show you a picture. You know, that's kind of what it looks like. Pick up another one here, you know. Nothing fancy. Butter side is on the inside. The dry side, which was the side against the board, is your outside. Lay them out on my pan. All I usually do, about 5 across. Kind of work your way down. I had a lady yesterday make a comment on this roll dough I made. She says she's going to try and make it, but she's going to cut the recipe in half because that looked like an awful lot of dough. Well, what you got to remember is once people taste these, they're going to want more than one. I guarantee it. So you better have some extra for your company. You know, a lot of people, they don't realize the process that was involved in making these things. You know, there's a lot of steps you got to do. Once I get them on the pan, you know, get y'all a good picture. That's kind of what they look like. You just lay them all out where they're touching. You know, you kind of mash them down. What I said about reworking the dough, you just take your scraps, make it into a ball, to where it's all one piece again. Something like that. See how thick it is. That's about right. Get me some of this fantastic butter again. Can't ever have too much butter. This is what makes it healthy for you people that don't know. At least, that's what they used to tell me. Once again, that's what it looks like. Fold it in half, crimp it. Fold it in half, crimp it. Fold it in half, crimp it. Etc., etc., etc. I sure do appreciate y'all taking time to watch my videos. I'm planning on making more videos in the future of other things that they made in the bakery at Mack Eplen's. I think I might try and do the brownies next. I just don't know when I'll be able to do that. I'm kind of, you know, it just depends on my time. But I will get y'all a video how to do brownies. Okay. That's what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this pan off. And once I get the pan done, I'll show you the next step. Okay, folks, we're back, and I got this pan full now. Just like I said, this was a 9 by 13. I was able to get 55 folded rolls on it. Once you get them in your pan, you just kind of want to mash them flat a little bit. Once you kind of get them all uniform, you're gonna take some vegetable oil, just brush the tops of them, get them nice and wet. This kind of helps them shine after they bake. And I had a lady ask me, how long does this dough last? You can keep it, I've kept it up to 3 days in the refrigerator. After 3 days, you probably want to throw it out. And you can keep it either made up into rolls or, just in bulk in that bowl like I showed y'all. But like I said, after 3 days, you want to get rid of it. If you want to put something like this in the refrigerator, what I alwa't did is I would oil them. I just take me a piece of sheet pan liner, lay on top, kind of take it, I put it in the fridge. If I wanted it the next day, I'd come out, pull the liner off, put it in a warm place so it could rise. I'm going to set it over here with my cloverleaf rolls. And after they rise, I'll show you what they look like before I put them in the oven. Okay. Hello everybody, I'm back. I got my rolls proofed and ready to bake. I'm going to show y'all real quick what they look like after they proofed. This is my cloverleaf rolls. See how much they've proofed up? These are the folded rolls. And it took about an hour and a half to get them proofed up like that. One of the things I did to speed up the process, I went ahead and heated up my oven, and I opened the door and just let heat, kind of rise up in this area to kind of help them proof a little bit faster. But it took about an hour and a half. So at this point, I'm gonna put them in my oven, and it should take probably 15, 17 minutes, something like that, for them to cook. And when I take them out of the oven, I'll turn the video back on and show you how to finish them off. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and stick them in. And I will see y'all in a little bit. Thank you. Okay, everybody. Rolls are out of the oven. I'm going to show you what we do with them next. I got my folded rolls and I got my cloverleaf rolls. Our next step, as you guessed, is more butter. Just take your brush, just put your generous layer of butter on top of them. While they're still warm, you want to do this. I usually do it right when I take them out of the oven. Do your clover leaf as well. That's pretty much the process of how to do this. One of the things I wanted to mention was there's a group on Facebook called Mack Eplens. If y'all want to join that group, feel free. Terry Eplen, I believe, is the great niece of Mack Eplen. She came out with a cookbook called Mack Eplen's Best Kept Secrets. And on page 24, I believe, yes, page 24, is the roll dough recipe that we just made. You can request one of these from Terry and she can tell you how to order one. I believe there's a place online you go and you can order one. It has several things that the restaurant made throughout the years. I think she's going to come out with a volume 2 sometime this year. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year, but you may want to look at it. One of the things, I killed some time here by talking about the cookbook because I wanted to give those cloverleaf rolls a few minutes to sit. What you want to do with them while they're still fairly warm, you want to get them out of the pan. The reason you want to get them out of the pan is because they'll sweat. So I just usually just take them, I just dump them out. Like so. And these are your Mack Eplen's cloverleaf rolls. Like I said, you want to get them out of the pan or they're going to sweat and get real soggy on you. And you can make these up ahead of time. Both of these rolls, they freeze really well. Whenever you get hungry for some, you can just pull them out of the freezer, pop them in the microwave, 20-25 seconds. They are wonderful. Kind of give you a close-up what the cloverleaf looks like. Like I said, it was 3 pieces of dough. You can go in there and just kind of break them open. See the steam come off of them. I bet y'all are jealous right now because my house smells like fresh bread. On these folded rolls, you notice, I don't know if you can see it or not, but see how these right in here are kind of a little color difference? This is the dough that I reworked after I made my first cuts. They don't come out as pretty as the original cuts, but they're still eatable. I'm not going to deny it. These folded rolls, basically what they are is exactly what they sound like. It's a folded roll. You can open it up, and the way these open, that open part is where the butter was that you spread on top of your dough before you cut it. You can put you some meat and cheese or some leftover turkey at Thanksgiving in there. Wonderful. See? I hope I answered everybody's questions. I tried to go over all the processes that I know on how to make these. If I had forgot something, or y'all have a question about something, feel free to comment below. Also, I would appreciate it if y'all would subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. I plan on doing more videos in the future. I think my next one I'm going to try and do are the brownies that they made at Mack Eplen's. Check me out on Facebook. AbelinePinkCookie.com is my website, and then my Facebook page is Abilene Pink Cookie. The website has a lot of pictures and stuff from Mack Eplen's back in the day, but that's about it. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and hopefully to see y'all in the future. Thank you very much. Bye.